call. Cassandra, please.
Before I start, I just encourage you guys all to use your microphones. Legislator Hathaway.
Here.
Legislator Verkler.
Here.
Legislator Mosier.
Here.
Legislator Gilbert.
Here.
Legislator Chartrand.
Here.
Legislator Morahan. Here. Legislator Leviker.
Here.
Legislator Osborne.
Here.
Legislator Nellenbach.
Here.
And Legislator Dahlhoff.
Here. If everyone would stand for the pledge and the invocation, and Legislator Hathaway would lead us in the invocation, please.
Father, thank you so much. Blessings. So fun. I pray you help us to help us. Be with us. Be with us. Bless us. Can you do a good work? One another appreciate. Would you please help our country. Help us to get back to the way we started and the source of good. And we can God, balance and understand. Lord, obviously, our world needs so much. Please be with us. Thank you, Lord, for all you do for us. Please help us to see the right thing.
Face the flag.
Allegiance to the flag. Republic for the stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So tonight we have some very important guests with us. They are the 2023 South Louis Girls Varsity Cross Country Team, along with their coaches and their athletic trainer. I'd like to recognize them for their outstanding efforts, determination, and teamwork that won them the title of the 2023 Class D New York State Cross Country Champions. A special recognition to Bryn Bernard, who won the race for the third year in a row with an impressive time of 18 minutes, 56 seconds. At least I think that's the way it went, right? It wasn't 18 hours. This was her last season running cross country for South Louis Central, along with three other seniors, Mallory Krieger, Grace Bailey, and Summer Vallis. I'm sure you will all be missed. Congratulations, Bryn Bernard, Mallory Krieger, Felicity Zitch, Grace Bailey, Hadassah Segrist, Zoe Babcock, Summer Vallis, Trinity Vallis, and Ashley Gracia Lucas. Also well-deserved recognition to the team coaches, Jack Bernard and Michelle Leindecker, for their leadership and training that led the team to victory this season, and to athletic trainer Lisa Brown, as she is a vital part of each team. Congratulations, Jack, Bernard, Michelle Leindecker, and Lisa Brown. We are going to hand out your certificates in a second, but before we do that, we have Assemblyman Blankenbush with us that would like to say a few words. Right there at the mic would be fine.
There you go. Thanks. Well, first of all, it's really exciting to be here doing a fun thing instead of being in Albany. So I want to thank you for that. And I want to congratulate all the girls that are on the team. And, especially the four that are the seniors, you're going to go on. And I know most of you or all of you are going to be going and running for someplace else. But I got to tell you, I hate running. And Now, this was 100 pounds ago. When we were playing baseball, cross country was going on at that time, and we used to run the cross country course, the baseball team, after practice. So it was not a good thing for me to be running a cross country course. Didn't like it. But anyway, when you went around the track halfway, you went outside, you went 100 yards and you were in the woods. And the cross country course in my school back there, we were running through the woods and you come around the other end and come out the other side of the woods. Well, when you went into the woods, there was a little area that was like a creek and had a lot of room on it. So me, I thought, instead of going all the way around that, why not cut through the creek? And there was a big rock on the other side of the creek, and I used to sit there. And when the other guys were coming around, I blended in with the rest of the guys. I thought that was pretty cool. That's pretty smart. Not for the captain of the team, but So anyway, I did that one day, and I'm sitting on the rock, and who's standing behind me is coach. And he says, "Mr. Blankenbush, are you taking a rest?" And I go, "Oh." So somebody blew me in. So he said, you owe a mile. Go on the track so I could watch you." So I had to do my mile on the track. And therefore, anytime after practice, I did my mile on the track while everybody was running around the woods. So don't follow me on that example. But I appreciate, because I've done that cross 18 minutes. I don't think so, but we did that, and I know how hard it is. It's not easy to run a cross country track. You got to have a lot of practice. You got to have a lot of endurance, and you got to have dedication to do that. And you guys do. Can you imagine a school in Lewis County, population what, about 26,000? Is it somewhere in that area, winning a state championship? And that's amazing. I don't know if you really understand how good that is to represent Lewis County, a statewide basis, winning such a prestigious award as state champs. It's okay to win the schools up here and to do the sectionals, but then to win the state championship is really an accomplishment that you should be proud of. And I guess South Lewis has always had a good cross-country team. So the rest of you who are juniors and sophomores, maybe some freshmen, you've got to pick it up again. You got to keep doing it. And I know that this team will work for that goal next year too. I know you're going to miss the seniors, but somebody's got to step up, and somebody in these seats will probably do that. So again, I want to congratulate you, and I have some. Well, how do you want to do this? You want to do it at the same time?
We can.
Okay.
Yep.
So anyway, I left my 45-minute speech home. So again, congratulations. You did a great job. You should be proud of yourselves. Thank you.
So if you girls and your coaches would come up here to this door, we can pass out your certificates. And if there are parents here or anyone that would like to take pictures, we can do that over there as well.
He has none.
We have a representative from Senator Walczyk's office as well. If you'd like to come up and share in the ceremony.
He's back there.
Why don't you just give their names and please step up?
Yeah, our first two are eighth graders Hadassah Segrist and Felicity Zitch. Ninth graders Asley Garcia Lucas, Trinity Vallis, and Zoe Babcock. And our seniors Summer Vallis, Grace Bailey, Bryn Bernard, and Mallory Krieger. And also, we couldn't do this without our athletic director, Chris Villier, and our superintendent, Doug Primo. And our board president, Andy Leindecker.
Here, you want to get in there? Oh, I didn't know I would. Sure, thanks.
Okay, we can move on and approve the November 7th and the November 21st board meeting minutes. If there are no amendments, they stand approved. Report of the Finance and Rules Committee per Rule 6, please, Cassandra.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Finance and Rules Committee has met and they recommend to waive rules to act upon late resolutions.
Someone would like to move it? Lisa, do I have a second? Jessica, any discussion? All in favor? Anyone opposed? Carries. Public hearings. We have 4 of them. First is Lewis County 2024 Shared Services Plan. Next is the Agricultural District Number 6 8-year review. Next is proposed addition of 0.7 miles of OHV trails to the Lewis County OHV trail system. And last is local law amending local law number 1-2012 to regulate camping on county property. So we will go back to the top of the list. Is there anyone here that would like to offer comments on the Lewis County 2024 Shared Services Plan? Seeing no interest, we'll move to Agricultural District Number 6 8-year review. Not getting much interest here. Randy, this is the only time you don't say anything. Proposed addition of 0.7 miles of OHV trails to the Lewis County OHV trail system. Local law amending local law number 1-2012 to regulate camping on county property. We'll leave those open for 30 minutes. If someone comes in or if someone thinks of something, we'll come back to that. In the meantime, privilege of the floor. Is there anyone here that would like to offer any comments in general under privilege of the floor? We will move to clerk of the board reports. Cassandra, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, but I don't have anything to report tonight.
From there, standing committee reports. We'll start with finance and rules with Tom Osborne.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to report that the county clerk hired Melinda Thomas to fill the DMV examiner position, which was vacant. County Clerk Jake Moser and his deputy Joanne Walters attended the Fall County Clerks Conference, where there was discussions on notary changes and regulations, out-of-state residents obtaining New York State pistol licenses, and online naturalizations. Fraud alert has been added to online records for all customers that do business with the county clerk's office. This was at no cost to the county or residents and will give them peace of mind. The final stages of improving workflow, accessibility, and overall security with records through IQS is being worked on. I also have a couple motions tonight. I move that the Board of Legislators authorize Information Technology Director Connor Belosi to apply for the next round of DHSES Targeted Competitive Cybersecurity Grant Funding. I make that a motion.
Do I have a second? Dick, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Carries.
And I also like to move that the Board of Legislators authorize Planning and Community Development Director Cassandra Buell alongside the Recreation, Forestry, and Parks Director Jackie Mahoney to apply for 2 New York State Smart Growth Grants on behalf of Lewis County. One for cross-country trail development in the town of Linesdale, and another for broadband infrastructure in Lewis County locations within the Adirondack Park. I'll make that a motion.
Moved by Tom. Do I have a second? Lisa, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? That carries.
And that's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Do we have any questions for Tom? We'll move to General Services Committee with Legislator Gilbert, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Solid Waste recently hired Kyle Blessing to fill the open medium equipment operator position, which has been vacant since July 2023. The year-to-date revenue is $2,072,042 with expenditures being $2,032,422, allowing the cash balance to increase to $317,564.11. Finally, as a reminder, there will be rate increases to various waste classes effective January 1st, 2024. We do thank Solid Waste Department for all their hard work for the county. For more information on the rate increases, you can stop by the Lavelle Transfer Station or go to the county website. That concludes my report.
Anyone have a question for Ian? If not, we'll move to Health and Human Services Committee with Legislator Verkler.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Community Services has decided not to fill the mental health coordinator position, but instead will be hiring a deputy director as approved in the 2024 budget. There was a request up for a 7:30 evaluation, and to date, the county has paid out $127,621 in restoration for 2 individuals. Community Services Director Pat Freilich met with TLS about SPOA programming to ensure compliance with the new Office of Mental Health program expectations. New York State has a federal audit in which several programs were being evaluated, causing likely changes in program expectations. And also, I'd just like to state that flu vaccines are available at Lewis County Public Health, and the numbers are on the rise, so I encourage everyone to go get the flu vaccines. And that is all, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Any questions for Lisa? If not, we'll move to the board's representative on the Hospital Board of Managers, Legislator Chartrand.
Thank you, Chairman Doloff. I have a few things tonight. Recently, we've had the ribbon cutting for our surgical wing. This will greatly improve the level of care for the residents of Lewis County and should avoid some travel time in unpleasant weather. We've welcomed George Ackle, MD. He's going to be with the OBGYN. He has an excellent work ethic, and he'll be a great asset to the women's health of Lewis County. Additionally, we welcomed Dr. Zaire to the surgical team. She worked at Upstate Medical University in Syracuse, and she's a general surgeon residency. Was a general service residency at Bassett Medical Center, Cooperstown. She's board certified by the American Board of Surgery and was recently initiated into the American College of Surgeons. Mr. Kayer added that the first surgery in the new surgical pavilion is slated to take place on Wednesday, December 6th. I'll let him speak to that later. Employee of the months, and we're starting to catch back up. Patient Access Clerk Julie Smith was the Employee of the Month for July, and Emily Coster, RN, as the August Employee of the Month for, doesn't list where she's at. Okay. That concludes my report.
Any questions for Dick? I understand our CEO, Jerry Kayer, would like to.
Couple of updates to, in addition to Mr. Chartrand. Tomorrow, we do initiate surgeries in the new surgical pavilion. There's a process. They will run through some final drills in the morning. And once those drills are completed, we expect the first patient to receive surgery at 10 o'clock. They have a full surgical day, and we're on our way. After we do this for 3 days, we shut down the 2 1980 ORs in the original hospital, and we'll begin the demolition process. And that space will eventually become, sometime in the first quarter of next year, the new critical care unit. And you'll know that's happening when you drive by the State Street front side of LCGH. You'll see 5 windows going in that big brick wall that faces State Street. So that's when you know those rooms are underway. On the financial side, our CFO reported to the Board of Managers There was a gain of $502,000 for the month of October, set against a budget of $330,000. Our year-to-date gain is $803,000 versus a budgeted gain of $436,000. This week, we made our pension payment to the county, and at this point, it's $3.56 million. So appreciate how Jeff and Eric work together so that we are on time and on target with that report. We also, the Board of Managers, approved a resolution accepting a gift of $50,000 from the Friends of Lewis County Hospice in support of the remodeling of our palliative care rooms on the medical surgical unit. They're not earmarked rooms, but they're rooms that are off the main part of the unit and is available to our medical staff to support palliative care needs of our residents. So very grateful to the Friends of Lewis County Hospice for their donation. I want to express my appreciation to you all, as well as the county leaders, administrative leaders who have been very supportive of our project. Last Thursday that afternoon was the only sunny afternoon the entire week. We had rain and yuck leading up to that, and then it became cold the following day. It was a special day, and there's a palpable energy in the organization since that grand opening. Last thing I'd like to report on, and if I could approach you, I wanted to share economic. We talked about access. But we also have significant economic. Just put some context. Thank you.
Jerry, did you say the first surgery in the new pavilion would be free? Or maybe the last one in the old OR?
Is something I've shared with you for the last 5 years. The data that supports this are the 2022 cost report and some other state tax tables that are provided by the state of New York, Haney's, the Health Association, New York's Hospital and Health System, I guess lobbying group and education group is the driver of this report. So our budget and activity in the health system generated economic activity of $118 million in 2022. We impacted 800 jobs, and we generated tax dollars of $12 million. Our payroll expenditures, which is both salary and benefits, was $48 million. So those are local dollars spent in our local economy. We had 122,000 outpatient visits, people treated in the emergency room, 11,000, and people admitted into the hospital, 800. This is of interest. 50 of all the Medicare and Medicaid patients made up 82% of the people admitted into the hospital. And that really begins to define our safety net status. 37% of the outpatient visits were Medicare or Medicaid. In total, 57% of our revenue comes from the Medicare and Medicaid program, but yet 82% of the people admitted come from that payer class. And that's really a great illustration of the cost shift that occurs in healthcare, where those with health insurance get a disproportionate share of the total cost of providing healthcare because the governmental payers aren't paying the true cost. So that's what that's reporting. I know you're just getting this tonight, but as you've had a chance to reflect on it, don't hesitate to give me a call if you have any follow-up questions. Thank you.
Anyone have any questions for Jerry? He's here. If not, we'll move on to our project manager's report with Jim Garrido.
Again, I'd like to thank the board and Ryan for the opportunity to report on the capital project. And I'd like to thank the outgoing members of the board. It's been an honor to report to you and give you an update. We ran into kind of a lull. Some of the contractors lost steam last month, and that's not uncommon. We were pushing them to finish DSS on time. We were pushing them to finish the highway garage. So we lost a little steam. But that happens on projects that extend into this duration. I'm happy to say today it's at full force on the projects. And all the employees, but a couple, are Lewis County employees, which is always good. The tax money is going back into the wallets of the community members. We're actually moving a little ahead of schedule at the outdoor services. We actually started painting today, and everything's going well at the DMV. That looks like it'll be, should say Board of Elections, that should be finished by the end of the month. Seal grid is going in, and that's what's happening. Are there any questions? And if anyone wants a tour, please feel free to reach out to us, and we'd be more than happy. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jim. We will move to county manager report. Ryan, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I actually don't have anything to report tonight. We're managing our projects and, getting prepared for the next year. So that's about it, unless there's any questions.
Questions for Ryan? Tom, I know you probably have one. Thank you, Ryan. We'll move to the county treasurer report with Eric.
I always appreciate when Ryan gives me some of his time. I do have a couple of notes in addition to the written report I provided you. And really just to emphasize a couple of items in there. Sales tax collections remain basically on pace with last year. So looking good for finishing over $18 million in sales tax for 2023. A couple of notes to add on to what Mr. Kerr reported for the New York State retirement system. We do make that payment in the middle of December. By doing so, we take advantage of a discount the state provides. The normal payment would be in February, but they give an early payment option, and we've always taken advantage of that. So that's a cash flow management technique that we take advantage of. The total payment, I don't think Jerry mentioned this, was $5,590,000. That is up over $500,000 from 2022, primarily due to both increased payroll and also the investment portfolio of the controller's office and the stock market conditions. Our retiree Medicare Advantage transition is moving along well. I would expect most retirees have their new insurance cards by now. If they do not, they should receive them very soon. So looking forward to the January 1st live date for that. And I think it has gone quite well. I did provide you some information, one page, actually 2-page, top 10 from our consulting firm 3+1. I thought it was just some interesting read on their financial outlook for 2024. So just reading material, nothing really of anything I would point out specifically. And the last thing I would mention is our health plan fund balance. I did note the balance in the written report of $700,000. That has actually declined since I reported that last week, and we do definitely need to continue to keep an eye on that. Just a combination really driven by our high cost claimants. It continues to bleed money from the plan. We do have a health group meeting on Thursday. We'll continue to discuss this and be thinking about any changes we might need to make in the near term, and looking, I think as we've talked about, most definitely looking at a premium increase again in the late spring for 2024. So that is definitely an area that we'll be continuing to track very closely. Answer any questions if you have.
After further review, are the retirees okay with the new program?
I believe so. We have not had any significant concerns or complaints, which I think is great. I really believe we provided as much information and education as we could. United Healthcare was very helpful with that. Our benefits manager, JJ, has done a tremendous job answering questions. So I think it's been very minimal, the concerns we've heard. So.
Excuse me. And we had moved some money for the inmate outboarding. Is there enough money in that account now?
I believe so. I have not looked at their expenses recently, but the department keeps a good eye on that. The transfer of funds is at their request, and the expenses have slowed down significantly since early fall. So yes, I think we should be fine for that for the rest of the year.
And I understand I hit you cold with that.
That's okay. Yep. No, and as you're aware, I mean, just the project at the jail really required the additional expenses earlier in the year when that phased out through the late summer and early fall. So I think we're covered for the rest of the year.
Good, thanks.
Any other questions for Eric? Couple of comments I have. We have a couple vacancies coming up on the hospital board. One of them, the lady would like to be reappointed. And the second one, we have a resume from a person that is interested in it. If you would review that resume and let me know if any comments that you have with that, whether he's acceptable to this board, and if so, we'll move forward with that. The second one is the outside committees that legislators are appointed to. All the sitting legislators have a copy of this. I'm not sure if Barry and Vinny got one, but you did? You have one, Barry? Okay. So if you, oh, sorry, Herb, I didn't see you over there. I think you have one as well. If you would make note of the appointments that you are interested in, we'll try to do the best we can with that. So we're back to the public hearings. Is there anyone here that would like to comment on the 2024 Shared Services Plan? Last chance, Randy. How about the Agricultural District Number 6 8-year review? Proposed addition of 0.7 miles of OHV trails to the Lewis County OHV trail system. And finally, the local law amending local law number 1-2012 to regulate camping on county property. We don't see any interest, so at this point, we'll close those public hearings and move on to the report of the Finance and Rules Committee per Rule 7, please, Cassandra.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Finance and Rules Committee reports that they have examined the claims presented for payment in the total amount of $4,194,474.06 and recommend that they be audited and allowed for the amounts claimed.
Someone like to move that? Lisa, do I have a second? Jeff, any discussion? All in favor? Anyone opposed? That carries. Moving to resolutions. We have identified 4 resolutions that we would like to vote on individually, those being 226, 227, 231, and 236. Does anyone have any other ones that they would like to vote on individually? If not, would someone like to make a motion that we include the rest of them in a consent resolution packets? Jeff, second by Andrea. Do we have any discussion on consent resolutions? All in favor? Anyone opposed? That carries. And we'll move to resolution number 226.
This is a resolution auditing and allowing claims in the amount of $4,194,474.06.
Someone like to move that, please? Lisa, do I have a second? Going once, going twice. Jeff, any discussion?
I just have to recuse myself from the portion for payments for myself and to attorneys based upon vouchers that I approved.
We will note that. Any other comments? If not, this is a roll call.
Legislator Verkler. Legislator Chartrand.
Yes.
Legislator Gilbert.
Yes.
Legislator Osborne.
Yes.
Legislator Leviker.
Yes.
Legislator Moorhan. Legislator Nellenbach. Legislator Hathaway.
Yes.
Legislator Mosher.
Yes.
And Legislator Dahlhoff.
Yes. 227.
This is a resolution adopting and otherwise treating local law number 2-2023, which is the to regulate camping on county property.
Someone like to move it? Lisa. Yeah. Second, Andrea. Discussion. Seeing no interest, we'll move to this is roll call as well.
Legislator Hathaway.
Yes.
Legislator Mosher. Legislator Chartrand.
Yes.
Legislator Leviker.
Yes.
Legislator Osborne.
Yes.
Legislator Verkler.
Yes.
Legislator Gilbert.
Yes.
Legislator Moorhan. Legislator Nellenbach.
Yes.
And Legislator Dahlhoff.
Yes. 231.
This is a resolution authorizing renewal agreement between the County of Lewis and Park Strategies LLC to provide professional government relations advocacy, representation, and strategies on behalf of Lewis County before New York State government.
Someone like to move that? Lisa. Second by Josh. Discussion. All in favor? Anyone opposed? Show Bill Hathaway opposed, please. And that carries, and we'll move to 236.
This is a resolution authorizing and adopting the report and recommendations of the Lewis County Agricultural and Farmland Protection Board on Lewis County Agricultural District Number 6 8-year review and inclusion requests received during the incorporated 2023 annual review period.
Would like to move that, please? Dick, second by Andrea. Any discussion? Understand we need to amend this.
Mr. Chairman, I have looked to amend Resolution 236. I move that this resolution be amended by striking out 943.212 in the last whereas paragraph, line 4, and insert 1005.612 and striking out and place the two identified separate parcels in the certified agricultural district number 6, section 2, line 4.
Moved by Josh. Would someone like to second that? Lisa? Any discussion? All in favor? Anyone opposed? So the amendment carries, and we're back to the amended resolution. Any discussion, any comments? If not, all in favor? Anyone opposed? And that carries. That's the end of the resolutions. Do we have any other business? If not, Joan has requested a attorney-client privilege session. So would someone like to make a motion we move into executive session? Dick, second by Tom. Any discussion?
That's for updating 2 litigation matters.
All in favor? Anyone opposed? We're in executive session.